everybody, how you doing? It's Abby here. So if you don't already know, I posted 2 past videos of me dyeing my hair and styling my hair. This video actually is just gonna be of me 2-stranding twist my hair, well, my whole head. And I'm gonna be showing you some of the products that I'm gonna be using. So now I've already washed my hair. My hair is damp right now. Typically, I've done my 2-strand twist wet and I've done my 2-strand twist dry. I find that when I'm doing my 2-strand twist wet, it comes out more neater. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So the products that I'm actually going to be using, and I haven't put anything in my hair yet besides me washing my hair with some shampoo and some conditioner. I'm going to be using some leave-in conditioner. So this is a leave-in conditioner that I use. Let me just put that there so you guys can see it. It's silicone, it's leave-in, it's from Now Unit. So this is a product that I'm going to put in my hair. As well, I'm going to use this curl enhancing smoothie. I've used this one time before. I really don't remember how it came out, but I'm going to use a little bit of that. I'm going to be using a little bit also a Rockefeller twist butter in my hair as well too. So just a little bit of that in there. And then the last thing I'm going to be using is Lock and Twist gel. So these are all the products that I'm going to be using in my hair, and I'm praying that, you know, with the different type of items that's in my hair will come out a little bit more, you know, not so frizzy. You know, and the products will just hold my hair way better. So I've already parted my hair in the back, so I'm going to turn around so you guys can see. So as you can see, I've already parted my hair going across, and I've parted it going down the middle, and I'm going to be starting with this section right here. Now, in addition to everything I showed you, I'm also going to be using some water just to get the hair a little bit wet. Like I said, my hair is somewhat damp right now. But I'm going to try to do the 2-strand twist wet. So all this is actually an old perfume bottle. I just cleaned it out and I put some water in there. So that's only water. Okay. And then what I'm going to do next, I'm just going to take a little bit of leave-in conditioner. And not too much, just a little bit. So if you see, that's a little bit of leave-in conditioner. And I'm not going to put too much because I'm already going to have other products in my hair. I don't want my hair to be too cakey. And right now I'm just applying it to the tips of my hair, because that's typically where my hair is a little bit dry. And I'm now just combing it through. And now I'm just drying off my hands, my little towel that I'm using just to dry off my hands. Alright. So next, I'm going to be using a little bit of the smoothie. So this is the actual product I just showed you before by She Moisture. I'm just going to put a little bit of that in my hair. So that's how much I put of that. And I'm going to be putting some of the Rockefeller Lock and Twist butter. And not too much. Okay, so that's how much is in my hand. I'll turn around so you actually can see. So I'm just mixing that together in my hand. And I'm just going to apply that to my hair. And now I'm just going to take the last product that I'm going to use, which is the Rockefeller Lock and Twist gel. And I'm just going to take a little bit. That's how much gel I'm going to take, if you can see. Alright, so I'm just going to dry off my hands from all the products on there. Alright, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to part across the section of my hair that I'm going to start the 2-strand twist. Now, I always use these clips. This is just to help hold the hair that you're not going to be twisting. Now, what I do after that, I just take my little mirror that I have here, and I look in the back just to see if the part is straight. Hi everybody, so I'm back. I just noticed that my video cut out on me, so I wasn't even aware that the actual video stopped recording. So what I was showing in the other clip was actually how I 2-strand twist you know, my hair. So I already actually did this section, which the video did not record, but it's okay. I'm actually going to show you how I do the next section. So I did two part that across, and then I did two divide it down the middle, and I did a 2-strand twist here and a 2-strand twist here. Now what I just did is I parted going across again, and I'm going to start basically the second layer or of my hair. Now, instead of doing it in two, I'm going to actually do 3 2-strand twists of hair. The only reason why is that as you get to go up on your hair, will go up on your head, you know, you have more hair as you go up. So if you're doing, you know, 2-strand twists here, they're going to come out really, really big, unless that's what you're going for. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this part here. I'm going to be taking a little bit of the smoothie. So if you didn't see it in the other clip, now let me turn it around so yes, you can see. It's a curl enhancing smoothie. So this is what I'm going to be using. Just help my 2-strand twist, and I'm going to use some Rockefeller twist butter. So now I'm just going to apply that to my hair. And I'm going to just comb it out. And I've already sectioned off this section of this part of my hair into a box. And I'm just going to move this one down so it doesn't get caught up. So now I'm just going to turn around so you can see. I'm going to take the 2-strand, or the strand that I parted, and I'm going to break it into 2. Okay? So after I do that, I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to overlap with the other one. And then I'm going to grab with one hand. Now after that, I'm just going to twist. But I'm going to make sure I hold my twist tight so that the twist, you know, can be seen, or the box, you know, looks very clean. So I'm just going to keep on twisting all the way down to the end. Now, what I was explaining to in my other section in the video before I noticed that it got cut off, was that at the end, after I 2-strand twist my whole head, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit underneath the dryer for a couple of minutes so that my hair can dry up. Because right now my hair is somewhat damp. Also, I'm using like a little bit of water just to help, you know, gather my hair together. Now, the only difference between the damp hair and when you actually dry your hair and do your 2-strand twist is that with the damp hair, your hair is going to be shorter. But I find that with me doing my hair wet, the 2-strand twist comes out neater than doing it on dry hair. So if you see, that's my actual 2-strand twist there. And as you go further to the top, it's going to get more and more fuller. So now I'm just going to take this part of my hair down. Actually, just make sure I take down the right part. Just bear with me one moment. Okay. So I'm just looking in my mirror to make sure that's the right part. Yes, it is. Now I'm going to split it down the middle again. And I'm going to try to do it as even as possible so that each box has enough here to work with. Alright, so I think that'll do. And I'm just going to pin it up. Now I always use my mirror just to check and see actually how the box looks in the back. And it looks pretty clean. So now I'm just going to take a little bit more of my smoothie. And I'm going to take a little bit more of the Rockefeller Twist butter. Just put that on my hand, or my finger, tip of my finger. And I'm just going to pull that through. And now I'm going to take my little comb. I'm just going to comb my hair through. Now I'm just going to turn around so you can see again. So I'm going to split the hair down in two. And then I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to overlap. So if you see, it's overlapping one another. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to keep twisting. And just keep overlapping. The two-strand twist is very simple once you get it. I remember when I started doing my two-strand twist, it used to come out really crazy. But, you know, as you keep doing your hair and getting used to your texture and what products work for your hair, you're going to find it's much easier. So right now I'm just twisting it all the way down. And I'm making sure I hold it tight. Now, it shouldn't take me too long to finish my whole head with the two-strand twist. Okay. So now as you can see, you get to the bottom. And that's the actual twist. So I'll get up close so you guys actually see that. And now I'm going to do another one. So I've already parted that. All that section is already parted. I'm just combing through a little bit. I'm going to take my little smoothie. Little butter. Rockefeller butter. Now the smoothie and the Rockefeller butter, you can probably find at your local beauty supply store. As well, you may be able to order online. I've never ordered anything online for either of these products. I normally just find my, local store that has it. So I'm going to turn to the side, and I'm just going to split this into two again. And I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to overlap. Okay? And I'm going to take it and I'm going to overlap again. Then I'm going to keep on overlapping, but I'm going to make sure to hold it tight. And then I'm just twisting all the way down. I also have a mirror behind me, so I'm just looking at my, myself twist it. Now, the fantastic thing about this smoothie and the Rockefeller gel is that it smells really, really, really good. It smells really, really good. So, I just love smelling my hands because it smells so, 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 so good. Alright, so now I'm just going to look back just to make sure everything is kind of, neat. And it's actually perfect the way that I want it. Alright, so now I'm just going to start the next section. So like I explained, I've already parted my hair going across. So instead of doing 3 sections, now I'm going to increase it to 4. So I'm actually going to do 4 twists, individual twists on this portion of my hair. So I just kind of increase it as I go up. Because like I said, depending on how big you want your 2-strand twist to be, you don't want it to be too big. You know, I want mine to be medium. I don't know if you will call this medium or small. To me, they're medium. I normally do my 2-strand twist the same size each and every time. Because when I do my 2-strand twist big, it doesn't come out right. It looks very, 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 very strange. I'll just say that. Alright, so I just clip this section of my hair so that it doesn't get caught up. And I'm going to split this down here. And I'm actually going to split the other sections just to see how much hair I have for each section. Because I want each box to be about the same size. Okay, so it looks good to me. And I do apologize if you keep seeing me wipe my nose. I have a very, very, very runny nose. I have a really bad cold that I caught, so my nose runs even more than normal. My nose always runs, so I'm just going to get my nose dry. So just disregard if you see that during the video. That's just me cleaning my nose. Alright, so I'm just going to take my mirror and I'm going to see how the box looks in the back. So the box looks pretty neat. So I'm going to take some of my smoothie again. And I'm going to take some of the Rockefeller. And I'm just going to place that on the hair. And I'm just going to run it through the hair. Now I've never tried this combination, but I'm really liking how my hair is coming out very smooth. It's coming out not so frizzy. So I'm loving this combination right now. So this was a successful product that I'm using right now for my hair. Alright, so now I'm going to split this again in 2. And I'm going to take this section, I'm going to twist over. I'm going to keep on twisting all the way. And I'm just holding the 2-strand twist tight. And I'm going to keep going down. Now, the front of my hair, I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do it. I'm going to attempt to do, majority of it is going to be 2-strand twists, but I'm going to try to do like a, kind of like a braid, in like individual braid going up and then 2-strand twists at the ends. We're going to see how that comes out. But sometimes when I braid my hair, it doesn't come out the way that I like it. So then I wind up doing something else.
My way, I just make you blind. All I need is the love. 'Cause I can never have
so
enough
what I
of that.
did is I parted my hair going all the way across. So I'm actually going to turn to the back so you guys can see. So as you can see, everything is parted all the way across. And I'll turn this way so you can see that side. And it's parted on that side as well too. So I've parted it. And I've used this little, I don't even know what you call it. I know people use this to dye their hair and stuff like that because it comes with this side as well too. But I use the end of it to just part it all the way around. And I use this little baby comb just to straighten out the part, and I also use my fingers as well too. So now this process is, pretty much how I start these sections of, doing the front of my hair and stuff like that, because I know sometimes people get kind of mixed up on how they actually want to section it off. I know at first, when I first started to two-strand my twist, I wasn't sure how I wanted to part it. So after, just getting, different ideas and stuff like that, I've been able to, come up with the best way to part my hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my water and I'm going to spray along the hair. Because my hair's actually dried up a lot in the process of doing a two-strand twist in the back. So I want my hair to be damp as I'm doing my two-strand twist. So I'm just pulling the water all the way through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of my She Moisture. And that's the enhancing smoothie. Here you go. When you move it to the side so you actually can see. Let me move my fingers. Okay, so it's the curling enhancing smoothie. And I'm going to take some of actually first, I do apologize. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to put the leave-in conditioner. Because I just remember I didn't put leave-in conditioner in this section of the hair. So I'm just going to move that to the side. I'm going to squirt some leave-in conditioner. And I'm just going to apply that to my hair. And now you could do this in sections, or you could do this all over. Now I'm just going to take some more so I can do the other side. Okay, so what you could as well do is you can clip the section of your hair so that it doesn't get mixed up. So my hair, it's very, very short in the front, so sometimes it gathers with other sections of my hair, especially when I'm doing my two-strand twist. So I'm just going to clip the sides so it doesn't get mixed in when I'm doing the two-strand twist to this section. So now, I apologize, I'm just wiping my nose. Like I told you, I got this real bad cold. So now we're actually up to the part with the smoothie. So this is by She Moisture. So I'm just going to take some. I'm going to put that in my hand. And I'm going to take a little bit of the Rockefeller. And that is a butter. And I'm just going to mix that together and I'm going to apply that to my hair. Now, the last step I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the Rockefeller Twist Gel. And I'm going to put a little bit to my hand as well, too. And I don't use too much of this. Just use a little bit. So just mix it together. And as well put that in my hair. I'm trying to stay away from the gel. Only because sometimes it can dry out your hair. I find that the smoothie and the butter by Rockefeller is a little bit better. But I do apply just a little bit to my hair, just not too much. Because I don't want it to, look like my hair is full of gel. I want my hair to have body. I want it to move and stuff like that. Alright, so now that I've applied everything to my hair, I'm now going to part the section that I'm going to two-strand twist. Okay, so now that I've parted that section, I'm just going to take the clip to hold the other part. So now I have my 2-strand twist here. I'm just going to apply a little bit more smoothie, not too much, and a little bit more Rockefeller butter, lock and twist butter. Just not too much though, just a little bit. And it's going to help comb it through. So now after I do that, I'm taking my part that I did, or box that I did, and now I'm splitting it in two. Then I'm going to twist over. So that's me twisting. So it's 1 strand here, 1 strand over here. So I'm just going to keep twisting. Now again, what I'm doing is I'm holding it tight, and I'm going to get close so y'all guys can see. Now while I'm holding it tight, I'm twisting the hair as well too. Now I'll get a little bit closer so you guys can see. So you don't have to worry about the buildup of the product, because once you actually dry your hair, it's gonna look better. It's not gonna look, white or filmy or anything like that. As well as you could apply some type of oil sheen or something like that, just to take like the film away. But I've never had any issues when it comes to doing this. With the smoothie, the one time I think I did try it, I don't think I had any issues. So I know that other friends of mine have used, these different products, and they have not had any issues too. So I'm pretty sure I'm not. So now that I've done that section, I've done that 2-strand twist, I'm going to go to the next one. So I'm going to part it down. Now I'm going to clip this section, and I'm going to start this one now. So apply a little bit of the smoothie, apply a little bit of the Rockefeller lock and twist butter. I'm just going to comb it through, and going to go split down the middle. And now I have my 2 sections here, and I'm just going to twist this over. Okay, so as you can see, it's twisting. I'm going to grab it, and I'm just going to keep twisting all the way down. So I'm going to just keep twisting this all the way down, all the way to the end. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to start the other side, only because I want the boxes to be as even as possible. So now that I've done this one here, I'm just going to move to the other side, which is this side over here. And I'm just going to do like 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, just to kind of get it even. So the hair is not, just not even, towards when you're looking in the front. Because the worst thing is to see your hair looking nice, but then the boxes are not even as, you want it to be. So I'm just going to fix my part here. And I'm going to part it down. And I'm just looking at the other side just to make sure that they match. Okay. So I'm just going to take my clip and just clip my hair here. I'm going to apply some of my smoothie. And I'm going to apply some of the Rockefeller twist butter. And I'm just pulling it through my hair again. I'm going to comb it through. And I'm just going to twist it. Break it in two, then twist it. So that's the actual start of it. And you just keep twisting. And you just make sure you hold it tight. So I'm just going to keep holding it tight. All the way down, I'm going to twist it. And there you go. Alright, so as your hair becomes more and more fuller, the twists are going to look much better. As well as when you lay your hair down or lay down, your hair is going to lay down a little bit. And the twist will look better as well too. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. And then I am going to do majority of everything up to the top. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to kind of braid up this section here. I'm going to part it down, and I think I'm going to braid it up to the side, and then hi guys, how you doing? So I've done finished the back portion of my hair, so 2 strand twists in the front and 2 strand twists on the sides, the front. I turned to the back so you can see the ones in the back as well too. Now I was gonna opt out to do a style in the front, but what I'm instead gonna do is I'm going to part my hair in the angular part. As you can see, it's in the angular kind of part right now. And I'm actually going to have the 2 strand twist kind of cascade to the front of my face. I was going to do like a braid or something like that, but my hair is really sensitive right now. So I just prefer just to do it in some type of cascade in the front and then see how that goes. So I'm going to show you the after results. There's nothing different than what I did in the back. I'm just going to 2 strand twist the front as I've shown you, how I've done, with the back portion of my hair. It's nothing really different that I do. The only difference is that this one or this section is part at an angular. Now what I may opt to do is I may opt to pin it up, later on or something like that, just to give it some type of style in the front, but we'll see how that goes. Alright guys, I'll be back. Hi guys, so I decided to come back. I just wanted to show you how the 2 strand twists were going, the ones that's going to be going to the side. So I'm just going to show you how I do a few of them. So I've already actually split this section. What I did is I did like 3 here as far as I parted angular, and I did 3 individual 2 strand twists, and then the next part I did 4. Next part I made 5. So that's pretty much how I did it. There's no real rule of thumb. It just depends on how full your hair is and stuff like that. On how, you're going to do each 2 strand twist or how many you may need. So now I'm just taking some of my lock and twist butter. So I'm using that to do the 2 strand twists. And I'm just parting it down the middle, and then I'm overlapping. So I'll try to bend down as best as I can so I can show you how it's done. So I'm twisting all the way down. Now what's going on with when I'm twisting my hair is because my hair is a little bit damp. Like I explained before, the 2 strand twist is going to be shorter than normal. That's if you were to do a dry. If you were to do a dry, your hair will be a little bit longer. But I find that when I do my 2 strand twist, they last a little bit longer. So I'm just twisting it all the way down. And as you see, that's a 2 strand twist. And I'm just laying it down. Now, this is going to expand to how it is here. If you notice, they're starting to expand in my hair. So eventually this one that I just did is going to start to expand too. So I just let it fall where it needs to fall. Let me just put the camera up so you guys can see. So I just let it fall wherever it falls. There's no particular way that I want it to fall. I just all want them to kind of cascade to the side. So I'm going to my next section, and this part I don't need to divide because it's already small enough. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of my butter on the hair. Now what you can do is that you can hold the other twist down that you have done so that it doesn't get in the way. So I'm just hoping this one doesn't get in the way. I don't think it's going to get in the way. Just trying to be a little bit defiant right now that I said something. So I've already started 2 strand twists. So right now I'm just showing you. Just bend down so if you can see right there starting to twist. I'm going to try my best to move my hand out the way. Ugh. So you see right there starting to twist. And I'm just going to continue down all the way. And I'm just twisting them all around. I think this is going to be better for my hair because right now my scalp is real sensitive. I'm not sure why. It could have been because of the bun that I had in my hair. I pulled it too tight or what have you, so I'm not sure why exactly my hair is so sensitive. So that's why I decided to not do the braids or anything like that. Right, so if you can see, that's the actual twist right there. This one here, I think I'm going to do this one over because I'm starting to see that it's unraveling. So it's very simple to take them out. You just untwist both of them. And I'm just going to comb them out. Now I'm going to do this one again because I started to see that it was unraveling. So I'm putting a little bit more of my butter. And then I'm going to split it in half. And then I'm going to start twisting over. So I normally hold it with my 2 fingers. So if you can see, that's it there. And you just keep twisting around. And if you see that, it's starting to twist. Now, as the technique gets a little bit better, you'll be able to twist, pretty fast. It won't take you the whole day. I've been doing this a little bit off and on the whole day. I've been up since like 8 o'clock in the morning. So I've been taking breaks here and there. Only because today is Memorial Day. So I'm in no rush or anything like that. Plus I didn't have any plans to do anything else. So this braid keeps falling to the side. Most cases what I am going to do is I'm going to pin it after I finish drying my hair. So that everything falls this direction. But we'll see how everything turns out. The other braids just may hold it, I'm not sure. So that's how it looks so far. Now I'm just going to part the next section of my hair. And I don't have that much more to go. It looks like a lot of hair, but it really isn't that much because my hair is very full. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to part my hair going across. But I'm making sure that I'm doing it in an angular direction so that the hair falls this way. And yes, that was my comb or my whatever you want to call it that just flew out of my hand. So I'm just looking back to see if it's good. So it looks perfect to me. I'm going to take the part that I'm not twisting, and I'm just going to clip that down. Now, normally I clip, the part that I'm not twisting towards the twist that's in the back. It's not going to mess up the twist, so you don't have to worry about that or anything. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to clip this one down with a little bobby pin or something like that. Because I can sense that this one is not going to stay down very long. It's going to keep falling to the side or something like that. I mean, I probably could clip it down for a little bit, and then my hair would actually bend towards that direction. I'm probably not going to have to keep it pinned down. But sometimes it's annoying to take those tips out. So I know it looks like I was just a little bit rough with my hair. I'm not. My hair is still damp right now. but I am going to put a little bit of water. Just to help comb out. Like I said, I've been doing this style for a few hours because I've been taking breaks and doing other stuff around the house. So I just want to kind of get this done now. Now it's 5:12 p.m. I've been in my hair since like 8 o'clock this morning, just taking breaks and watching TV, and you know, I go to school, so right now this is my downtime from school. So I'm in college. So right now it's my downtime. So I'm trying to get as much TV action as possible. So right now I'm just going to split it. I split it in an angular direction or angular part. And I'm just going to clip this piece of hair down, and I'm going to show you how it looks. So that's the actual part that I did. Now I'm going to put some of my butter on there. I'm getting tired of saying the whole name, so I'm just going to call it butter. Alright, so I'm putting that through my whole hair. Now, the technique that I kind of do, and I'm sorry if I didn't mention it before, is instead of parting going up and down, I actually part going from side to side when I'm ready to do my 2-strand twist. So what I mean is I actually part it like this. So if you see there's a top portion and the bottom portion, I just find that my hair gathers better or does the 2-strand twist better than me parting it from top to bottom. So now I'm about to just start the 2-strand twist. I'm going to bend down so you guys can see. So like I did the other ones, I'm just going to twist this all the way down. Now, when I'm going to try to do another one of my videos, I just dyed my hair. I'm going to probably dye my hair in a couple months. A lighter color. I know I want to dye it, you know, a funky color before summer ends. Well, summer's not even here yet. It's been like really cold in New York, so it's been like up and down weather. So I am going to try to dye the ends. Right now my ends is kind of like a little blondish, dark blondish kind of color, but next time I'm going to try to dye it really light, the ends of my hair. I'm also thinking about locking my hair, but I'm kind of scared with that. So I know my people who have locked their hair, they were, you know, pleased with the results. So I'm kind of apprehensive, even though I see so many people out there, so many sisters out there that have their hair locked, and it's like gorgeous, you know. But I'm not sure if I'm to that point yet. I'm thinking about it and I'm contemplating it. So I just sectioned off a piece of the hair that I parted. So that's the section that I'm going to work with. I'm just going to apply some of the butter. And I'm going to split it in the middle. And I'm just going to start twisting. So since my hair is actually falling the way that I like it, I'm actually not going to pin it up because I like the fullness that is in the front right now. The only thing I'm going to do is I am going to pin up this braid right here so that it doesn't fall over here. So I'm just going to twist this all the way down. And there you go. Now you have the option to, you know, twist your hair all the way to the ends. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I just saw that this one looked kind of ragged at the end, so I'm going to twist it all the way down. So if you see, nicely out your hair, and if you can see in the camera, You see how it's turning? See, it looks like it was a worm in my hair or something like that. But that's just actually my hair, you know, going into place. It's shrinking to the size or what have you. Alright, so I'm just going to start my next section. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. I'm going to finish everything up all the way to the end. And then I'm going to come back and show you guys the finished product. Alright guys, so I'm back. So I done finished my hair. I done finished the 2-strand twist. I done sat underneath the dryer for a couple of minutes in order to dry them out. So what I'm going to do last is I'm going to put some of this oil in my hair. So this is a mixture of different oils. If you've seen some other videos, or my other video, I actually showed you what oils that I use. So what I use is castor oil. So that's the actual castor oil that I use. I use argan oil. I use this Optimum Therapy. This has a mixture of oils in it. So this has coconut, olive, avocado, and jojoba oil, or jojoba, however you want to pronounce it. And then also what I use is I use carrot oil. So all this stuff is mixed into this bottle right here. And this is just pretty much to get, you know, my hair's very dry with the gel and stuff like that. Even though I use the butter, I can see that my hair is a little bit dry. So I do want to put my oils in it. So I'm just going to squirt some of the oil to my hand. And I'm going to apply it to the different sections of my hair. Now the only thing is that this oil is not filled all the way to the top, so it's kind of annoying. But I don't want it to spill either. Alright, so that's some of the oil that I have there. So I'll turn around so you can see. So I'm going to do it to this section first. And while I'm doing that, I'm just fluffing out the 2-strand twist. And I'm going to spray some more oil. I may just open up this bottle and do it just a different way. I'm just going to pour some into my hands actually. Just mix it up. And I'm going to apply it to the back section of my hair. So I actually oil my whole head, obviously. You want to keep your hair well oiled. Especially since it is natural, because sometimes with natural hair it looks kind of dry. So now that I've done oil my hair, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pin up the front portion of my hair and only a couple of the 2-strand twists. These are the ones that keep falling in a different direction. So similarly, like that one keeps falling in a different direction. And just bear with me so I can actually get the pins because they're back in the computer. So hold on one second. Alright, so this is a mixture of pins. This is the box that I have. So it's a mixture of kind of like stick pins, and those are there. And then also I have bobby pins. So what I'm going to be using is I'm actually going to use the stick pin. If the stick pin doesn't hold my hair, I'll use the bobby pin. But I tend not to use the bobby pin so much, only because you could see it more than the stick pins. Okay. So I just used one, and let me just push the camera down. I used one to hold that one in place. If you were looking before, you notice how it was falling in the other direction. And I'm also going to pin up this one as well too. And you just want to make sure you don't stick yourself. It's kind of annoying. Okay. Alrighty. And now I'm going to use some just to do the back of my head. So if you notice, this section right here is kind of sticking up a little bit. So now it's perfect. So as you can see, this is the finished style. I'm gonna take a couple of pictures on my phone and then of close-ups so that you guys can actually see the definition of the my hair. Now that I was playing with my hair, I noticed how this one is sticking up too, so I think I'm gonna pin that one down. I don't mind if certain parts of my hair stick up, but not everything. So any kind of loose strands that you don't want to see stick up, you can stick that down. So this is kind of like go as you see kind of project. There's no particular way that I do them. Alright, so at that point, there goes the finished product again. Even though I said before that's the finished product. I'll turn around back so you guys can see the back of my hair. And that's the back of it. If you want, you can actually put some rods on it to curl up some more. I'm not going to put any rods to my hair. My hair is already pretty curly at the end, so I like the way that it is right now, where it's semi-curly or what have you. What you can as well do is put a little bit of gel on the edges of your hair, but I typically don't put much gel on the edges of my hair. It depends. So I'm not going anywhere today, so I'll probably do that tomorrow when I go to work. Alright guys, so thank you much for checking out this video and watching me again. Any questions, any feedback or anything like that, please leave me a message. I'm going to paste my, my Twitter account, my Facebook, and my, obviously like YouTube information is going to be on there. So this is the finished product of the 2-strand twist. I hope that you did enjoy it. If it's any questions that you do have, just let me know again. Like I said, I'll post my information at the end of this video. Have a good day, guys.
Don't try me, I'm not like him, not like them. I wish you would roll up. I'm not him, I'm not like them.